Prince Harry has been scribbling away on his memoir, and now it seems that Meghan might be getting in on the action. Rebecca English, what is going on?
Well, you're right, Joe. It's been claimed in New York that Meghan may be working on a memoir of her own. And also there's potentially a book from the couple themselves, a joint book on leadership and philanthropy. So it sounds like the Sussexes still have plenty to say for themselves.
So we've had children's books, we've had memoirs, we've got more memoirs coming. What's next? Self-help, perhaps?
I think the world is their oyster. It's whether there's a market for it. And I don't know what the kind of latest sales figures for The Bench was, but to be fair to them, a children's book is slightly different from this. I think probably the publishers will take their cue from how well Harry's memoir sells next year. And I think that's entirely dependent on how much he wants to kind of dish the dirt, so to speak.
Thank you for that. Andrew, have you read The Bench?
No.
Have you got a couple of minutes now?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have children. I mean, good luck to her. But it's interesting because I thought they'd gone off to have this new life in California so they could be ordinary private people, and yet all the time they're trying to be out there in the public domain. And this guy Scobie saying that they didn't cooperate with that book. He's now their propagandist.
Yeah.
If there's a controversy, he pops up on the radio or television to put their case with their explicit approval, and he's no doubt taken his briefing from them as to what to say.
The thing is, there will always be an audience clamouring for that content from particularly Meghan, I would have thought.
I mean, I think there's an audience for everything that they do. And I think, you know, The Bench shows that it received quite critical reviews in many places, but it was still a bestseller. And I think that's where we're at with the Sussexes. Everything they do gets huge amounts of attention and will do really well commercially. But I think what's interesting is that the other projects, when they left the royal family, there was a sense that they were putting distance between themselves and royal life, and that they were going to be sort of looking outward, and that they were going to be working on things that shone a spotlight onto the causes they cared about and looking forward. And there's been a bit of that, but there's also been a lot of introspection, a lot of kind of self-reflection and being very open about that, and a lot of looking back. And I think with Harry doing this book, that is going to trump everything. That is the big moment that everyone is now going to be talking about in relation to this couple for the next year and a half and beyond. And we are therefore going to be looking back effectively with them, because that's what this book is covering. It's covering his past. So the ability for other projects in which they might be looking forward or talking about other things to get attention, I think how can you compete with Harry's memoir about everything that went on in real life?
Yeah. The books from Harry and Meghan are reported, it says here, to be looking into leadership and philanthropy, but also wellness. What are the qualifications?
Yeah. What do they know about leadership?
What do they know about
wellness? I mean, she's very conscious about her figure, and she's very conscious about health and the rest, but they're no experts. And philanthropy, they've set up their foundation, the charitable foundation, but they're not in the scale. They're not doing a Bill Gates, are they? They're not in that league. So it just sounds the usual self-indulgent, pretentious nonsense.
Anything to add?
I certainly think there's going to be a lot, as with everything, a lot of scrutiny. And if they are looking at offering advice, or the people are going to be looking at that and, you know, saying, well, asking, questioning the expertise, certainly, I think, and they're probably aware of that, I would have thought.
That's all we have for you on our YouTube show. But to see the rest of this episode, including some more fascinating royal revelations, head to www.mailplus.co.uk/royals, or click the link on screen now.